Boom! Byron Rogers here with BRG. Shout out to Executive Protection Lifestyle. Look us up if you haven't heard, and if you're in private security, man. Executive Protection Lifestyle. So one thing that happens all the time, you get on a security detail, and you guys got to have the conversation. Who are you? What have you done? What's your background?
For me, the guys that I have meshed well with and the guys I would say I have the most respect for are the guys that I had to find out about their accolades elsewhere. It didn't come from them. It has a much different effect when people learn those things about you, on their own, not from you. For example, if I'm showing up somewhere and working with other security guys, it's what's the first thing they ask you? What's your background? Yes. I say nothing. I don't say anything. What's your background? I don't really have one. What do you mean? I've been doing this job for my current job I've been on for coming up on 6 years. That alone, for somebody who's in this industry, should be enough that I know what I'm doing. Because 6 years on a job is insane. And I'm in a six-figure position, and I've been here for coming up on 6 years. And these guys can find out everything they need to know about me. There's the internet, there's Google. They can look, and then, the one that hits a lot is like you're a like, oh yeah. Why didn't you say so? Doesn't really matter. I'm here to work with you guys. I'm not here to have you guys work for me. I'm trying to bring my client into your house and abide by your rules and learn from them. I learned something from just about everybody I work for. Some good, some bad. I learned a lot of what not to do's. I think that's another part of being humble. Your client will see that.
Who are you? What have you done? What's your background? SHOT Show. I had some awkward situations with this. Like, I had a guy walk up to me and he just introduced himself. He's like, "Hi, I'm Jeff, 8 years Navy SEAL." And I'm like, I didn't know it was that serious. Hey, I'm Byron. Yeah, I was in the Marine Corps. I don't know. Can we still hang out? Like, are we cool? But on one hand, I appreciate someone asking kind of your background because you want to know who you got there with you. You want to know who you're dealing with. But on the other hand, what I find all too often is that people think that they are their background. To me, you're only as good, as the last time you've trained. You're only as smart as the stuff that you're executing now. I've worked with some high speed dudes that didn't make it on the detail because they were, too high speed and not socially intelligent enough to survive the private security world, But so when it comes to this whole question of background, it's, to me, it's irrelevant. To me, it's what's your work product, To me, it's what are you doing now? What's the last book you've read? When's the last time you were in the gym? When's the last time you've trained? When's the last time you put your hand on your firearm? If we go to the range right now, I'm going to be able to tell if you're training by the way you touch your weapon. I'm going to watch you, and I'm going to be able to tell if this is the first time all month you've touched that thing, and that's your instrument of life and death. It's really important. I don't care how high speed you were back in the good old days. I care about what you can do today, because when we kick off operations today, that's when whatever may go down does go down. And, there's a lot to be said about when I look at you, I see your standards. When I look at your level of physical fitness, I see your standards. When I look at your level of intelligence and how you're either constantly evolving and chasing intelligence and chasing more new information and growing, or you're sitting there playing Angry Birds on your phone when we have downtime. Because when I look at you, I see your standards. You don't get what you want in life. You get what you have to have. And, where people are today is a result of what they have chosen and what they believe they have to have. So, in that conversation, whether you have a big, large background, you're ultra mega private secret wizard ninja Jedi, like I like to reference, special forces, everything, or you don't have much of a background, remember that no matter what that other guy thinks about your background, only one thing matters, and that's the quality of the work product you can manufacture and produce today on the job. That's all that matters. And everything else is just, I mean, it's good for conversation.